Time for us to head Riverland football, and the big Beaver is with us. And I tell you what, this has been a very interesting start to the season. Top three sides seem to have it over the bottom three, at least from round 4 matches. The big Beaver's with us. G'day, Ben. How are you?
Good, Wayne. How are you, mate?
Really well. Got to say, is it right to say that now we see the three best sides emerge, and at the end of the day, they look like being the top three, and then the bottom three look like being the bottom three, and maybe fourth place is a race for those bottom three sides?
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Wayne. Obviously, Loxton on top with 4 wins. Waikerie, Renmark, 3 and 1 apiece. Obviously, Renmark and Waikerie got better percentages. Renmark's got the most, points scored. However, Waikere's got the least amount of points kicked against them. So that'll make it interesting this weekend when we get to the games, because Renmark play Waikerie this week. But no, I think you're right. Loxton, Renmark, Waikerie seem to be the top three. Berri, Loxton, North Barmera are probably the bottom three, and Berri's probably the standout at the moment that I think may end up making finals and finishing fourth. But time will tell, Wayne.
It will. Well, time told last weekend in round 4. Loxton beat Barmera Monash, but not by the score we all thought. 10-10-70 to 4-12-36.
Yeah, cracker game of footy in the end, really. Barmera right in this, 4-goal 12. If they just had their kicking boots on like Loxton did the week before, could have been a different scoreboard, this one. But, for Barmera to come out and get 16 scoring shots and keeping Loxton only 20 and to go down by basically 34 points in the end, it's a great result, I think, for Barmera, and they'll take a lot of positives out of it. Loxton, they're better players. Eagle, Evans, Raff Little. Good to see Raff in there. In his day, was one of the best players in our competition. He's getting on in age now, but third best in kick 4, so well done to Raff. Carl Smith has been playing a bit of B grade in the past, but now up and playing A grade, and he deserves to be there, so well done to Smithy. Yeomans and Fisher, they were better players. For Barmera, Sullivan was their best. Jake Smith back in the best players. Good to see him playing some good footy. Mason Middleton's been fantastic for Barmera since coming back this year. Can take a great grab, and it's not long before he kicks a bag, I think. Barker, Butterworth back from Central has been very handy for him. The other better players, all single goal scorers for Barmera. So, yeah, could have been an interesting game. This one if Barmera had kicked straighter.
Could have been. But Renmark, they got over Berri quite comfortably. 2 rivals here at the Renmark Oval, and it was up Railroad Avenue, 17-13, 115 to 6-4-40.
Yeah, 30 scoring shots to 10. So clearly they were dominant on the day, Renmark. And you look at their best players and you see Matty Wolford and Tim Wolford first and second best. These guys are in some great form this year. Agostino, third best, coming back from Westies last year. Trevor Thorpe, one of their older guys, he'd be 35 now, I reckon, Thorpe, and he got their 4th best. So good to see Thorpe back after hurting his knee 2 years ago. Hainsey in the ruck was their 5th best, and Zernick, they have better players. For Berri, Brodie Thompson, after playing a bit of league footy at Centrals last year, back at Berri, he was their best. Teasdale in the middle was good. Langford, Hawkins, Rosenzweig and Grieger, they have better players. Goal scorers for Renmark, Zernick with 4, Matty Wolford with 3, Agostino, Charlton, Lellman and Austin with 2, the rest singles. And for Berri, Carell, Marr, Damon, Voigt, Safralides and Hawkins singles. So, yeah, good win to Renmark.
It certainly was. And Waikerie, another ripping win for your club, getting up 12-16-88 to Loxton North in this game, 3-7-25. Gee, big win, but maybe just a bit disappointed with your kicking.
Yeah, look, we didn't kick 2 straight. We, came out in that first quarter, kicked 3, goal 5 to 2 points, and a few easy shots really missed as well. And then second quarter, 4, goal 8 to 7 points. So obviously Loxton North would have liked to have kicked a few early on. It would have been a tighter game. But then after half time, we came out and really took it up to them. And, it's probably the worst I've seen Loxton North in the time I've been back here, 12, 13 years. We've got a lot of respect for Loxton North as a club, but, they really are struggling at the moment. And, I stood a guy called Michael Arnold on the weekend. A lot of people remember Pickles, great player, played most of his footy down back. He played full forward, and I went down to full back and stood him. And, if they need to rely on a guy at 40 to be out there trying to kick goals, that the club's struggling a little bit. So hopefully they can turn that around. Some good signs for him. Keenan Wilkes was their best. He's a young fella coming through, son of Mark Wilkes, a former umpire. Joshy Voigt, Handful in the ruck was good, and Scotty, another good game from him in the midfield. For us, Tristan Geeman was fantastic. Billy Cameron and Jack Grieger had their best games of the year. Ryan Shaw probably turned the game for us with 3 goals in that second half and really, turned it on for us. Liam Schiller in his first game as the debut. His dad played over 200 A-grade games for the club. Liam's probably played 5 or 6 years in the B grade and got his chance this weekend and kicked 3 and got the best players. So well done, Schiller. Good win to Waikerie.
Good win. Let's have a look this week just quickly. Berri take on Barmera Monash. And this one at Berri, this is really for 4th position.
Yeah, absolutely. If Barmera can play like they did last week against Loxton, I think they'll take a lot of positives out of that. And if Butterworth can get his hands on the ball and get it down to Mason and kick it back, Barmera could win this game. Berri at home, always hard to beat. They'll want to cement that top 4 spot, and they're always hard to beat at home. So going on previous form, I think we still have to stick with Berri at this stage. Okay,
the battle of the Super Cats. Panthers versus Tigers. Loxton North versus Loxton, all on the line, and payback time for Tigers maybe on a lot of pain caused by Panthers over the past few seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Loxton North have had their measure for multiple years now, and now it might be the Tigers' turn to get their revenge, like you said. I think you have to go on form. In recent form, Loxton are up and about 4-0. These two hate each other, so it should be a ripper of a game to watch. But I think Loxton have got too much in the tank. After playing Loxton North last week, I just think Loxton, with the Evans boys, Bradley, Carl Smith playing some good footy there, Raph Little kicking goals, I just think they'll have too much and they should have a win here.
All right, Waikerie take on Renmark. This one is a beauty. It is a replay of the 2019 Grand Final. Waikerie at home. Can you inflict some pain? And a statistic that's interesting here, Beaver, your percentage is just that fraction better than Renmark.
Yeah, well, like we touched on before, Renmark have kicked a lot of goals and points, but where we've been really good is defensively. We've given away 155 points this year, whereas the rest are all over, well over 200. So, I guess that's been one of our strengths of our defence this year, and hopefully we can keep that going on the weekend and curtail their forwards' influence. Obviously, Obst up there, Sampson, Austin, Zuni kicked 4 last week, so they're the sort of guys we're going to have to be on top of. Timmy Walford and Matty Walford getting a lot of the ball in the midfield, so hopefully we can get on top of them. Haynes in the ruck has been good for him. We've got a young fella coming in for his first game this weekend, Jack Colbert. So hopefully Jack goes all right. He's a young ruckman coming through the ranks, so he'll get his chance, no doubt. Could go either way. Waikerie at home, always hard to beat. Obviously, I'm not going to tip against us, but this is definitely going to give us a test and let us know where we're at, because I think after seeing all the other teams, without seeing Renmark yet, I still reckon on paper Renmark are better than Loxton. And therefore, I think this is our real challenge this weekend.
Oh, a big challenge. There's some challenges last weekend in Independent. Paringa wasn't one of them. They beat to the living daylights out of Blanchetown-Swan 1921 to 1-4. It was an even bigger beating of the daylights out of, with the Cobdogla 38-22 beating Brownswell 4-3. If you don't mind, Cobby, 2 wins in a row. It's just all happening for the Eagles. And Wunkar 13-11-89 returned to the winners' circle. A bit of an upset over at Ramco, 8-10-58. A quick comment on independent scores from last weekend, Beaver?
Yeah, just quickly, good to see Cobby won their second game in, 1,000 days. So well done. Yes. And obviously, Brownswell are very, very low on numbers and struggling. So Joshy Gilden kicking 18, he's a good player, comes from Barmera, so that doesn't surprise me. Swans had a massive win over BSR. BSR really struggling. And, what an upset. I think we both tipped Ramco. And for the boys out at Wunkar there to have a win, that's fantastic for them. So well done to them.
Okay, Paringa play Wunkar, and this is going to be a close one. Swans at home.
Yeah, look, I might go for an upset here. I think if Wunkar are good enough to beat Ramco, I think they're good enough to beat Paringa. So I'm going to get Wunkar to go there and give Paringa a good run for their money.
Match of the round, Ramco and Cobdogla, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it should be a cracker. This will really see where both clubs sit. So, look, I haven't seen enough of Cobby yet. They've had some big wins, but they've been against some pretty poor competition. Roosters won't be happy with the loss last week, so I think they'll come out this weekend and take it right up to Cobby and have a win at home.
And Swan reaches the venue for 2 old Mid-Murray combatants. They are arch rivals in their close proximity. Sedan Cambrai should win at Swan Reach.
Absolutely. BSR, no chance.
Yes. Well, we'll wait and see. I guess there's always a chance if they run out, but if the Big Beaver is calling it, he's pretty spot on, except with that one last week, which we both got wrong with Cobby. Hey, mate, you have a great weekend, and I look forward to catching up with you soon.
Good on you, Wayne. Cheers, mate.